Today we are going to compare a regular shaft versus a stiff shaft. So both in a driver, both in the Ping G440 Max. And the purpose of today's review is really just to get a feel for how the bore flight changes, whether you're using a regular shaft, whether you're using a stiff shaft. Now, typically when I fit golfers, I would generally say between sort of 85 and 95 miles an hour club speed, you should be using a regular, and then 95 to 105 is stiff. But that's only a guideline. Depending on your ball flight characteristics, whether you hit it high, low, you spin it or you don't spin it, that can change things. That's just a guideline. So let's hit a few shots. We'll start with the reg, we'll go into the stiff. Let's see what changes. We're going to be looking at ball speed, launch angles, spin rates, distances, dispersion. So there's quite a lot to digest. Hopefully it's going to be of some use to you guys. If you are in the market for a driver, you're not sure what shaft to use, then today's video is definitely going to help. So starting off with this 50 gram regular shaft. Okay, let's hit a few shots with this. Obviously it's going to be quite light. Yeah, not a bad shot, fairly straight. Yeah, that's the sort of ball flight I would expect for me. 3000 spin, launch is a little bit high. You can see that it's carried 240 but finished 255, so you know, not getting the roll you would want. That was a good hit, and some great numbers there, to be fair. 1900 spin, good launch. That's fairly optimal for me. 280 is pretty good. Yeah, good hit again there. And not bad spin numbers, to be fair, you know. 2.7 spin for a regular shaft. It's actually not bad. Yes, it feels quite light, but it's actually performing okay. Yeah, and that's actually surprising. Yeah, that is quite surprising really, you know, looking at that spin number on that particular shot. I would definitely expect the spin number to be a touch higher, but let's hit a couple more. Yeah, a little bit high there. So I think for me, probably going to get a little bit of unpredictability when it comes to the spin number there. Generally, it's not been too bad. Actually averaging at just under 2,600. I think I could run into some issues with the odd shot being a little bit high on the spin. Not bad. Okay, so that's 8 shots with the reg. 50 gram reg, you know, it felt soft. There's an element of control in there, but it actually performed okay. So now into the 65 gram stiff. So from 50 reg to 65 gram stiff, we should see a big difference in the ball flight. Although the performance was okay with the reg, I didn't feel much control in it, I must admit. I felt like I was having to time it quite well. Same specs, 10.5 G440 Max, so exactly the same head. Little bit hooky. Yeah, not bad. I can certainly feel the difference in the stability, that's for sure. As you'd expect, something a bit heavier, slightly stiffer. Straight, came out quite low, but it was certainly straight there. Interestingly enough there, on the first few shots, the spin number looks quite similar. Wouldn't have expected that. Yeah, nice shot. But interesting enough there, you know, that one felt quite good, and the spin was 3000, didn't really go that far. Yeah, that was a good hit. That was a good shot. Nice and straight. Yeah, pretty good. Last couple were better. But interesting enough so far, I'm not seeing a massive difference, being totally honest. Be interested to see the numbers at the end. Yeah, good hit. Okay, last one with this stiff. It certainly felt more stable, as I said. In terms of performance, not totally sure. Okay, so that's 8 shots with regular, 8 shots with stiff. And as I said, my feeling, I don't think there's a huge amount. I certainly felt under control more with the stiff. I felt like I could kind of go at it and have that level of stability. But performance, I'm not 100% sure just yet. Let's take a look at the dispersion to begin with. Quick break. If you're enjoying this video and want to take your game to the next level, I've put together a short, practical ebook to help you find the right golf clubs for you, based on your swing, budget and skill level. Whether you're a beginner or upgrading after years on the course. You can grab it right now using the link in the description below. It'll save you time, money and frustration. As a bonus, I'm offering a free online lesson when you buy the ebook. Back to the video. Okay, regular in the white, stiff in the orange. And you can see there, regular was actually a better dispersion, wasn't it? Quite interesting. I think in truth, both quite similar, but regular would edge it in terms of the dispersion. Okay, so let's just look at some of the key numbers. And again, just as a guide, I was swinging that about 102, 103 miles an hour. Ball speed, similar, 148.8 to 148.2 with the reg, so very similar ball speed. Launch was lower with the stiff, 12.8 to 14. So again, think about your own game. If you hit it high, stiff is a better option, or certainly an option you should be trying. Spin number, very similar, 2.6 to 2.5. If anything, a touch lower with the reg. So not a lot to do, really between the spin rate. That was probably the area that I thought I would have seen the biggest gap. And actually on those 8 shots with each club, no real difference. Carry identical, 245 and 245. Total, pretty much identical, 268, 269. Height a little bit lower with the stiff. And as I said, the dispersion ring was ever so slightly better with the regular. So key differences, guys, slightly lower launch with the stiff as expected. Not as much difference as I expected, but certainly something for you to be mindful of. If you are in the market, I would definitely take care with the shaft, make sure you get it right, try different shafts out, and it will definitely benefit your game. As always, guys, if this is your first time watching the channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.